Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're gonna do profiles CTF on TryHackMe. It's 4 days old and it's based on blue teaming. Okay, so in this you got a Linux memory dump file and you need to download it and unzip it. Let's just first connect to the TryHackMe VPN. Let me just figure. Okay, so uh, this is the file you need to download from here, and we're gonna need this to analyze and do the CTF, right? So in this we got an incident response team has alerted you that there was some suspicious activity on one of the Linux database servers, and blah blah blah. Download the task files, and this challenge is best done using your own environment. And the creator of the CTF recommended to do the CTF using volatility 2, and he also linked a blog post to help us with the installation, but I had trouble installing it and finding it at the first place, so I made a GitHub repo for that, and you can just follow these steps to set up the environment and create your custom Linux profile to work with this memory dump and get your CTF done. So go to my GitHub, I'll mention it in the description and also in the comments, and to set up volatility 2, just copy paste these commands and you'll be okay to go. Okay, so I can do this for you. If you want, and show you the process of it, but it'll take a long time, and I think I've already downloaded it, so I would be good to go. Let's just wait, and you see I have all the dependencies installed, so it didn't take it. Next is just copy paste commands, and you'll be good to go. The next we need to clone the volatility second GitHub repo, and I copied it in my opt directory. So here is my volatility. I already set it up and just install the volatility, and I've added an alias to vol2 to run the second version and vol for the third version, right? It's volatility 3. So let's move back to our CTF. After you get your volatility 2 setup done, we need to create a custom Linux profile for this particular CTF, right? So hold up, we good. So after you download the file, let's just look at let's just use volatility 3 to specify this Linux memory dump and grab banners, right? We can use this banner, and it will grab it will tell us the Linux kernel version we need to make this Linux profile for, to be able to uh, analyze and perform some actions on this memory dump, right? To extract data from it, basically. So we got this here. We got this particular kernel version, and it tells us it's Ubuntu 20.04, right? Right here. We can also do strings on this Linux memory dump and grab for Linux. It will also tell us. Let's use rip grab. So it's actually faster than this rip grab. You can install it using apt install rip grab. So here we go. It also tells us Linux version this and this, right? So now there are two ways to do the CTF now. Either you can just Google how to install, how to set custom Linux profile for volatility, and it will give you all the steps to do it for volatility 2 and volatility 3. But we don't need to look at it, and it's to install them. I already combined these steps in my GitHub repo, so you can just go there and set up your custom profile too after setting up. So we can do it using Docker, so you don't have to actually go to Google and download Ubuntu virtual machine ISO file and set up a virtual machine to be able to make a Linux custom profile, right? So we can do it via Docker. So I'm going to copy this command and I'm going to paste it right here. So what it's going to do is it's going to run this container of Ubuntu 20.04, and it's going to mount my volatility directory. I think I need to change the path. And I'll specify opt volatility because my volatility is stored in opt directory. So it's going to run an interactive bin bash shell in this container, and it's going to remove all the files we're going to work around in this container and clean up the container basically after we exit from it, and it's going to run in verbose mod. So let's just click enter, and firstly it will pull down the image from Ubuntu Docker registry, right? So after I successfully pull down the image, we'll get a bash shell of it. I hope you guys are following around, and you can comment down to ask any question you have regarding this video. I'll be happy to answer. So after successfully pulling down, we are in Docker, right? So we can check at COS release, we are in Ubuntu 2004. So let's just perform apt update, and we need to, let's just first check the kernel version. It's the latest kernel version, right? So we don't need to care about that. Let's just apt update, and I also mentioned this command in my GitHub repo, apt update, and install these dependencies. Yeah. So after that, we need to install this kernel image and kernel headers and this. We also need to specify build essential. Okay, so we'll be good to go. So after this, we'll be able to make a custom Linux profile successfully and get on with the CTF. Okay, so I need to specify build essential. I'll update it sooner after the video. So after that, we move to this. So I didn't tell you exactly what this command does. You see, I've specified print working directory and then volatility directory, right? So it will basically mount this volatility folder, volatility directory present in my host machine into the Docker container. So I can just work with that, and I can create. Okay, so we got a typo here. It's actually dwarf dump. Okay, basically dump the kernel functions and debug functions. And no, and you don't have to care about that. Okay, we're done. So let's check. So did it mount? Wait. Okay, so it mounted it here, right? But God, it didn't mount. Okay, let's exit it from here. I think I need to move to my opt directory and then run this command, and I think we'll be good to go. So now there we go. We have it. We have dwarf dump. Nope. We have to install it again. That's what rm option does. So apt I'm gonna copy this command again, and I'm gonna run it once more. And we're gonna fix dwarf dump, add build essential. I think we'll be good to go. Do it fast, man, to complete the CTF. So what is the exposed root password? This is our first question, right? I've done this CTF, so I'm just gonna walk you through it. Don't copy the answers, okay? Do it yourself. I've also mentioned how you can, if you already have a Ubuntu machine, you can just run this command and follow these steps, like download the clone the volatility GitHub repo and fix this makefile, perform make, and then just create a zip file for the profile to use in volatility. Okay. Yep. Let's run something now. While there we go. So how's it going? Actually, I don't know how TryHackMe leaderboard works, but I'm on 3rd place. And I actually fixed my audio issues in OBS, and I hope I'm sounding right, and it's not an issue for you guys to hear having a trouble in listening to me. You wanna know how I got burp, bro? How I got burp, bro? I can make a video about it if you want. Download it fast, bro. It's a blue teaming box. TryHackMe needs to release some new red teaming challenges. I would be happy to work on them and make videos about them. I got a nice streak going on. Give it a star, okay? Okay, we're almost done, and let's get on with it. Okay, oh. So now we are here. We need to go in tools and Linux, and here's our file. Let's remove the dwarf already, and here is our make file. Okay, it's already fixed, but it's if it's not fixed for you, you can just copy this command, go to this volatility, and run this command. Right, run this command, and your make file will look like this. Okay, it needs to update this variable right here to the kernel version. We need to make custom profile for. Okay, now we can just run make, and it will give us a module.dwarf file. Okay, so here is it. This is the first thing we need to make a Ubuntu image, and the second one we need is this. We just need to run this zip command, and we need to copy the system mapping for this particular kernel version. And after we're done, we will get a zip file looking like this, and we can exit from the container. Okay, and if we check our tools Linux, here will be the zip, and we just need to copy it to I think we need to copy it to the plugins directory. It's again volatility, and plugins, overlays, Linux. Here. Oh, I didn't specify it. We need to copy this zip file there, and after that, let's move to where our Linux memory dump is stored. If we just run vol to info and grep for Linux, right? You'll see here's our profile. Here's our Ubuntu 2004 profile. Okay, let's just copy the name, and we can specify Linux memory dump and profile this, and let's get on with the CTF, right? We don't need to do that. We're already set up. So what is the exposed root password? Let's just check bash history, right? So this is the I think this is an option in volatility you can use to get Linux bash history, right? It will dump us like this, like PID name, command time, and command history that the user ran on the system, right? It's basically a bash history, and we can get a lot of info there. So I think I found the root password here. Let's just wait for the output, right? Haha. I hope you guys learned that how to make a custom Linux profile for volatility 2 or 3, right? So these are all the commands, and if we just move to the top here, he mistyped something, a command to switch to root, and here is the root's password. Okay, here's it. So what time, second question was what time, let me make it bigger. What time was the users.db file approximately accessed? Format as users.db, and here is the time that you need to answer this question, right? Okay, so what is the MD5 hash of the malicious file found? So if you look closer, this file doesn't have a path, and it looks suspicious, right? So it's pkexec, and it's a double C. So let's just get that. If we here we can use Linux enumerate files to enumerate the file system cache, and it will grab for pkexec double C, right? Let's just look for this output and see if we can get pkexec file, right? So we need to get its MD5, but let's move on to other questions, right? So we get a couple of questions here. we can, let's just wait for this output, or we can just make, let me close this. So there's also Linux netstat command, I think, to view the network connections, right? And even if not that, let's just run the Linux bash again and see the command output. We can probably get this question's answer from here. What is the IP and port of malicious actor? And another question is, what is the full path of cron job file and its inode number? Format is file name inode number. So what command is found inside the cron job file? So we can look all that. So oh, here we go. So we don't need to run it more. So we got the file. There is the inode number of the file. Where did it go? Okay, we need a cron job inodes. Okay, never mind. So we got the file, and here is the inodes value. We can use this value to, I think, to specify here and to save this file. It's capital O, not small o. Okay, to save this file here in our current directory. Okay, and if you just look at the file, look at the bash history, right? You see this. Here's the IP. Grabbing this C code for reverse shell, I think, and then compiling it into this and removing this l.c and executing this. So we need to see which port this IP is connecting back to, right? There is not an port here, so we can do Linux netstat to view the network socket connections it's making, right? Okay, I think it's not an enumerate, it's find file. So this option will grab the file and save it in the user's current directory. I mean, on our machine. This is the inode number inode value we needed. There's a difference between Linux enumerate file and find file. I think it's enumerate files will look in the file system cache, and find files will look in the, I think, memory, kernel memory. I don't know exactly, but yeah, you get the idea, right? So this is the IP we are looking for, and it's establishing on port 1337. And this is our host machine's IP, the Linux memory dump IP, right? So we got the answer here. It's on port this, right? So now let's okay, I think it downloaded this. Okay, we got the file pkexec, right? We got this, so we can just run md5 sum on this, and we got the hash of the file. Here we go. So just these two questions left. What is the full path of the cron job file and its inode number? Format is file name and inode number of the file. So we can do a Linux cron, I guess. I think it's Linux cron. Or let's just not do that and we can do this way, right? We can look for cron. Let's do job. We're gonna find, or we can find it this way. So here we go. So here we go. We found the location of the cron tab, right? And we found the content of the cron tab. There is the content, right? What we need is the inode number, right? So what we can do, run the same command and enumerate files, right? And grep for this file, exactly this file. We can do that, right? It will show us the inode number for the file. And if I'm right, we can check there's a Linux cron option. Yes. Some of the help, bro. What are you doing? Why is it not working? think we can use this. There's an option in Linux cron, and it will like show us all the cron jobs that are present that we're running, or we're configured to run that system while taking a memory dump. So we could get this probably the inode number from that, or we can get it this way. Okay, here we go. We got the inode number and we got its value, or like exact memory position, I guess. That's all I can say. So this was a CTF, guys, and I hope you liked. Like, I don't personally like blue teaming, but it was fun one to do. You should know how to do a memory dump and how to make a custom Linux profile for that. And the dogs on my street are going fucking nuts right now. So I'll end the video right here, and I hope you learned something new. See you till next time.